Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. It's a fine Monday morning here and we're going to talk more football. Today is another edition of performances of Ghanaian players abroad. There were so many top liners over the weekend. Warris of Nantes made his 100th appearance for the club side, his 100th appearance in the French League 1. Yes, that's not a mean feat. Christopher Acheampong, he scored a goal for Padibon SC. Benatek was an unused substitute in that game. So I'll just jump right into it, but as usual, if you're new to the channel, I'll advise you to subscribe to this channel and to click on the notification bell. So before I get into today's performances, I would like you guys to do me a favor and subscribe to my second channel, Sahara Football Beta. I post full matches there. I want to do something interesting on that channel, but I need your support to start it off. I need you guys to subscribe. It's the first comment pinned in this video and it's also in the description. I would appreciate if you could do that for me. So I'll start off from England in the performance of Ghanaian players abroad as usual. I'll start from England and we'll start off in the championship. Yes, on Friday there were championship games ongoing. Bolton Wanderers took on Aston Villa. And with Aston Villa we have Albert Adoma. Albert Adoma played a full 90 minutes for Aston Villa as they beat Bolton Wanderers 2-0. Bristol City in my next game took on Reading. Andy Yadom was in defense for Reading as his team drew 1-1 with Bristol City. Bournemouth took on Fulham in the Premier League and Fulham, who are already relegated, beat Bournemouth 1-0. Dennis Odoi of Fulham was in defense for the full 90 minutes. Now West Ham took on Leicester City and we all know Daniel Lamate plays for Leicester City. He's out for the rest of the season. We thought he'd be back in March, but it turns out Brendan Rodgers says Daniel Amate is out for the rest of the season. He did not take part in this game, however. His team drew 2-2 against West Ham United. Now Newcastle took on Southampton. Yes, Newcastle, we have Christian Achu in the mix for Newcastle. Ayoze Perez's hat-trick was enough to see his team win 3-1 against Southampton. Christian Achu was a 64th minute substitute for the Magpies. Now to my next game, and it has to do with Arsenal and Crystal Palace. As I said in my earlier video, Jeffrey Schlupp has been ruled out for the rest of the season. His AFCON 2019 campaign remains in doubt. Whether he will take part in it or not, it remains highly in doubt. He's out for the rest of the season, but Jordan Ayew was a 78th minute substitute for Christian Benteke, who had given Crystal Palace the lead. They beat Arsenal 3-2 on the day and now are really safe in the Premier League. Now to my next game, and it's AFC Wimbledon versus Bristol Rovers in the English League 1. For AFC Wimbledon, we have Ghanaian player Kwesi Appiah. Yes, he was recently called up to the Black Stars for the friendlies against Kenya and Mauritania, and Kwesi Appiah unfortunately was not in this squad. So that's with England. I move on to Spain, and Deportivo Alaves took on Real Valladolid. Yes, Deportivo Alaves versus Real Valladolid. We have Mubarak Wakaso in Deportivo Alaves. He was a 74th minute substitute. Patrick Chumesi of Alaves as well was an unused substitute over there. Now Eibar took on Atletico de Madrid, and we all know Atletico Madrid. We have Thomas Partey. Yes, Thomas Partey played the full 90 minutes for Atletico Madrid as they beat Eibar 1-0. Now Barcelona took on Real Sociedad, and Kevin Prince Boateng unfortunately was not in the 18-man squad. Last week against Huesca was another game he could not prove himself. I think Kevin Prince Boateng cannot play as an out-and-out striker as he's being utilized by coach Ernesto Valverde. He was not in this squad entirely as well, but Barcelona won this game 2-1 to inch ever closer to the La Liga title. Now Bacete Balompié in the Segunda Division of the La Liga took on Las Palmas, and Albacete Balompié, we have Sule Ali Muntari in Albacete Balompié. They beat Las Palmas 4-2. Unfortunately, Sule Ali Muntari was an unused substitute in this game. And to my final game in Spain, it was Levante versus Espanyol. Rafael Dramina plays for Levante. He was an unused substitute in their 2-2 draw with Espanyol. I move from Spain and I head towards Italy, and in Italy, first game that we have is Bologna versus Sampdoria. Bologna took on Sampdoria on Saturday, and Godfred Dosa was an 86th minute substitute as his team Bologna beat Sampdoria 3-0. Now Cagliari took on Frosinone. Frosinone, we have Raman Chipsa suspended for this game and could not take a part in it. So Raman Chipsa was not in the squad that lost 1-0 to Cagliari. Now Empoli took on Spal. Yes, Empoli took on Spal, and with Empoli we have a Free Aqua was an unused substitute for Empoli, but they lost to Spal 4-2. Yes, Spal beat Empoli 4-2. Udinese took on Sassuolo, and with Udinese we have Nicolas Opoku. Nicolas Opoku was out with injury. Emmanuel Acheampong, also for Udinese, was an unused substitute after being out for so long, I think close to 8 months out with injury. Alfred Duncan was an 85th minute substitute for Sassuolo. The game ended in a 1-1 draw. Inter Milan took on AS Roma, and Kojo Asamoah was in action for Inter Milan as his team drew 1-1 with AS Roma. He played a full 90 minutes. Move on to France, and Nantes player Majid Warris. Yes, Majid Warris made history with Nantes, playing his 100th French League 1 game. You can see him here in your picture being handed the 100 jersey here in your picture right now, and it's not an easy feat. He took part in a game against Amiens and they beat Amiens 3-2. He was subbed off after 90 minutes and he made a landmark 100th appearance. Earlier in the midweek he had helped the side beat PSG 3-2 as well. To my next game, and it starts with the Reims versus Saint Etienne. Baba Rahman played a full 90 minutes for Stade de Reims, but unfortunately they lost 2-0 to Saint Etienne. Auxerre took on Sochaux in the second division of the French league, and Lawrence Atizigi was an unused substitute in the goalkeeping position for Sochaux. To Germany, and Holstein Kiel took on Paderborn SC. Christopher Entriege was on the score sheet. Bernard Tekbete was a 79th minute substitute for Paderborn SC. Christopher Entriege, he has chosen to play for Germany, but he's a Ghanaian. He has Ghanaian parents, but he chose to play for Germany. He scored a beautiful goal at the weekend to help his team beat Holstein Kiel 2-1. Now Schalke 04 took on Hoffenheim, and Kasim Nuhu was an 81st minute substitute as his team beat Schalke 04 5-2. That's an emphatic victory there by Kasim Nuhu and his Hoffenheim side. We move to Belgium right now, and Standard Liège took on Genk, and we all know with Genk we have our two Ghanaians over there, Joseph Edu and Joseph Payne. So unfortunately in this game the two of them were not utilized. They were unused substitutes in this game. Now Turkey, and we have Galatasaray took on Kayserispor. Asamoah Gyan and Bernard Mensah are both out with injury, and Galatasaray emphatically beat Kayserispor 3-1. Gyan and Bernard Mensah could not take part in this game because of injury troubles. Allianspor took on Fenerbahce, and Andre Ayew led the line for 90 minutes, but his side lost 1-0. Yes, Andre Ayew and his Turkish side, Fenerbahce, struggling there with Allianspor. Trabzonspor took on Yeli Malatyaspor, and we all know with Trabzonspor we have Caleb Ekuban. He played the full 90 minutes, was substituted in added time, and his team won 2-1, continuing his great form. They sit fourth on the league table, and probably Champions League berth could be there for them. Now to my next game, and it's in Bulgaria, and Donetsk Rus, Samuel Inkum, we all know, is with Donetsk Rus. He and his Donetsk Rus side won against Lokomotiv Plovdiv. Inkum played a full 90 minutes. Now to move to China, and Dalian Yifang took on Chongqing once again. Emmanuel Boateng was not in the squad. I don't know whether he's injured or not. Was not stated. He was not on the injury list. I think this is a coaching decision, but he was not in the squad entirely. Now to my next game, and it has to do with Frank Acheampong, Ghanaian player Frank Acheampong. He plays for Tianjin Teda, and he scored a Messi-esque goal in that game against Henan Jinai, and his team won 3-2 on the day. Let's have a look at Frank Acheampong's goal against Henan Jinai. You can see here him running all the way to the field, and it's amazing. He dribbles past so many players as if they are not there and finds the back of the net. That's a beautiful goal from Frank Acheampong. People would say this is the Chinese league, But hey, you can only beat what is put in front of you, and this is what he had, and that is what he did, and I think that should count for something. I finally finished with Michael Acheampong. He did not take part in a game over the weekend for his Cybele FK side in Azerbaijan, and Michael Acheampong, remember, is be earning his coaching badges alongside playing for the Azerbaijan side. So that has been it for today, guys. I've been bringing you performances of Ghanaian players abroad. Let me know your thoughts. Who was your best performer over the weekend? That Acheampong goal, though, it was something. And let me know your thoughts about everything I said here in the comments box. 100 appearances for Majid Warris. It's no mean feat. We wish him the very best, and he's peaking just at the right time for AFCON 2019. We need the best at the AFCON 2019. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.